I have the honored position of serving this organization for almost 2 years as its executive director. A little bit about me. Again, my name is Tonya Muro. I'm a mother of 7-year-old twin girls. Pictured below, Abby and Penny in our IEARN offices. Some of you are coming to our open house later and you can see our offices in person. Unfortunately, you won't see the girls in person, but you can see them there in the picture. I am an educator. I received my doctorate in international education development across the street at Teachers College. In fact, my IEARN story begins more than almost 20 years ago when Lisa Jobson, an amazing friend and advisory board member and former staff member, introduced IEARN to our classroom. And I was like, oh my goodness, I would love to be part of IEARN one day. And here we are all these years later, and here I am serving across the street when I had a dream of being part of IEARN more formally. So really amazing when you think about all the ways we can touch each other's lives. I also am on my own path towards global citizenship and how I see my place in the world. I've traveled over 30 countries, most recently to visit with our friends in IEARN Taiwan. And again, I'm the executive director here. And I hope that I'm an optimist, and I also call myself a hope-timist.
I would like to state as a woman with purpose that I believe my purpose is to let my vision be world-embracing rather than confined to my own self. And I look to these goals behind me to serve as my guideposts in the world. There are 17 of them: peace, security, justice, food security, health. There's so many things in here that we can work towards, and they're really never ending. I'm Director of Programs for Global Nomads Group. We bring the world to the classroom through interactive video conferences, and we do that by creating programming, and then we create curriculum and pre-conference training, video conferences, and then kind of a whole experience for teachers.
My questions for each of the schools. Okay, get ready. What do you think should be the priority item for President Obama?
Hi, I'm Aaron and I'm from Scarsdale Middle School, and I think that we all believe that we need to be out of Iraq as soon as possible, and we need to get out of there and let Iraq flourish as a democracy like we were given the chance to flourish as a democracy after our independence from Britain.
We feel sustainability is important since our school has a big sustainability project ahead of us. So, yeah.
I think first and foremost economy, and then education and foreign affairs such as Afghanistan and Iraq. Thank you.
I think the top priorities are first, economy. Second, I think the education is another priority. And third is global warming.
We work with 8th to 12th graders to really infuse the content with innovative curricula and resources, and we do it in real time. And this year we're going to be working in Haiti through a project called Students Rebuild.
Students around the world are answering the call to help to try to rebuild Haiti's schools. A program called Students Rebuild is born of a partnership between the Bezos Family Foundation, Architecture for Humanity, and Global Nomads Group. And it recently connected teens who lived through Haiti's earthquake with those who survived Hurricane Katrina. As it turns out, they have a lot more in common than you might think.
Can you imagine being a kid from New Orleans and you feel a little bit isolated in your own country, and then you connect with Haitian kids who are close but far, they're in another country, and then you realize that you have some type of similarity. Maybe you lost parents, maybe you lost a fellow student.
During the earthquake, I was inside, and then the house started to shake, and I didn't know what was happening. I thought it was a truck that hit the house. But when I went outside, I saw people all dusty and blood. There were also people that were on their knees asking for forgiveness. And then we were scared. All of us started to pray.
Coming back to New Orleans was like a ghost town. No one was there in my neighborhood. I had to hold my dad's gun in protection because of the looters. It was just really scary. I thought I was gonna die, honestly.
So, good afternoon as well. And I'm not going to take a lot of time because I have a clip at the end which speaks for itself. But I will throw out one disclaimer that my dad, who is 60, is one of the most active Facebook people that I know. He has about 300 friends, and I get new friends every day from my father. So I'm sure a lot of you in the room that are over a certain age probably are on Facebook as well. Not just youth, but it's really great that youth are on it.
I'm here as part of Global Nomads Group with an incredible team to bring you different information about life on the MV Explorer. It's part of our Currents program with Semester at Sea. Today is August 26th, and there's a lot to get used to living on a ship. So let's go check it out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second keynote of the day. I'd like to introduce you to Tonya Muro of AFS-USA. The good part about myself is that I'm always myself, good, bad, and indifferent and bumbling. So welcome, welcome. I am so thrilled to be with all of you this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world. You can see behind me that I was trying to show the New York City skyline. I'm actually in an office with a really beautiful glass building behind me. But I'm so thrilled to join all of you, and I want to thank Steve and Lucy and crew for putting on this amazing conference for the 5th year in a row. I think it's such a labor of love, and the numbers of participants seem to be growing, and a lot of teachers have joined us, and I think that's really, really important. So,
just recently, I returned from an incredible trip to Mexico and Cuba with a musical group from Mexico, 2 members being Ingmar Grope and his sister Maren Grope. They're originally from Germany, and they pioneered with their family, their parents, to Mexico back in the late 1970s. And myself, Tonya Muro, we went together as part of the musical group Compás. Compás meaning rhythm of peace, because musical compass in English, and we changed one letter to make it compás. So Compás went to Mexico. I arrived in Mexico on the 15th of July, and we had a series of presentations, musical presentations in Cultural Plaza, Plaza Cultural in the downtown area of Guadalajara in Mexico. And we performed at the National Congress, a teaching conference in Mexico, in Puebla, which is near Mexico City. And the 3 of us sang the music. The theme of the music which we performed are many principles of the Baha'i faith. Music dealing with the equality of men and women, and how in one song in particular, a woman is tired of waiting for the equality of men and women to come. So she leaves because she's tired of it. She finally says, you know, I can't take it anymore. It's called Hoy Se Va. Many of the songs, it's called Canto Nuevo, or it's kind of like folk music. It's a very popular style in Latin America. And the music deals with many different themes in the Baha'i faith, the agreement of science and religion, as I already mentioned, the equality of men and women, that we need to look at another, one song is called Mundo, that the world needs to look at one another in order to achieve peace. So the music really reaches the hearts. It's not it's rhythmic music, but it's for meditation and for reflection and for action. So it's basically Compás is a teaching institute for the arts. And this trip took us to Cuba. We were in Mexico for a week. We went to Cuba. And we arrived in Cuba on the 24th of July. And the trip in Cuba was amazing because none of us had ever been to Cuba before. We didn't know what to expect.
Llamaré a Miguel para que venga a nuestra fiesta de aniversario.
¿Sabes que no le gustan los aviones?
Yo lo convenzo.
Aunque convencer a Miguel tome largo rato con las tarifas actuales para llamadas fuera del estado, esta visita telefónica puede ser económica, especialmente los fines de semana. Llamando a lugares tan distantes como Puerto Rico y hablando por 20 minutos, solo le cuesta $406 y llama directamente desde su casa, mientras termine su llamada a cualquier hora los sábados o antes de las 5 los domingos. Disfrute su visita telefónica y siga hablando. Illinois Bell, la telefónica.